Welcome to Time Turner Thursdays, a special feature of Hogwarts Radio that revisits some of our more popular episodes over the past 10 years. Episode 152 was released on January 31st, 2014, and talks about Gary Oldman's role in the RoboCop reboot, Emma Watson trying her hand at a comedic role, the Weasley sweaters going on sale at the WB Studio Tour in London, and the Harry Potter fandom tops the list of best fandoms in the world. There's so much to dive into, and we hope you have as much fun re-listening and revisiting some of these older episodes as we had recording them. Thank you for your continued support of our podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 152 of Hogwarts Radio. All right. Hey, we've got a wonderful show lined up for everybody here. Let's get to it. I'm Terrence Pinkston.
I'm Grayson Smith.
I'm Mary Smith.
And I'm Gina Marie.
This is Terrence. Tune in and rip the knobs off, everybody.
Oh, yeah, gonna rip the knobs off of your tuner. Wait, that doesn't sound like... Oh, yeah.
We got Aaron standing by with traffic.
Well, it looks like we got a lot of brooms going around the pitch today.
That's the Family Guy Randy Newman voice you're doing.
It's the story about friendship with music by me.
I really hate Family Guy, but the Randy Newman stuff is gold.
It's good. Yeah, it definitely is. But how's everybody doing this week? It feels like I haven't talked to you guys in a while.
Yeah, in about a week.
I know, about a week.
Not
Well, we're glad that you guys are back. And hey, we're glad that everybody's joining us for this episode of Hogwarts Radio. And we have a lot of news to cover on this episode. I looked at the doc and I got scared, our show doc here, because we have at least 10 news stories to cover this week, you guys.
That's terrifying.
But, you know, that's what happens whenever you're off for like 3 weeks. Well, guys, if you're in the L.A. area, you can get free tickets to see Gary Oldman on The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. Yeah, February 17th.
I want to go to there.
You want to go to there. I was, you know what, the first thing I thought of whenever I saw this was I thought of Grayson and Mary right away, but then reality hit me, and you guys live in Colorado Springs now. So
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't go regardless. So
really?
I said I wouldn't go.
Friends in Vegas, they would probably go. Their name's Adam Bromberg and
Diane. Yeah,
Diane.
Adam and Diane will probably go. But yeah, there's an exciting opportunity to go see him at the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. The website, I believe it's like One Iota, is offering free tickets to the taping, and I don't know if they're still available by the time this is released on Friday. But Gary Oldman is more than likely going to be promoting his upcoming film RoboCop. I can't ever say that with a straight face. But the only catch to getting these free tickets is that you got to be 18 or older, and you must have an Iota account, which is also free. You can go ahead and register for your free tickets. But what we want you to do is go to MuggleNet and take a look at the article. There's a bunch of links up there, and go ahead and click those. But Grayson, honestly, you wouldn't go see Gary Oldman? Come on.
No, I mean, because I don't like.
He's wearing 2 belts.
What?
It's a Friends reference.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I just I'm not, I don't like leave the house, for anything that's not the Backstreet Boys or Russell Brand or something. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I mean, this is pretty cool. Mary, I bet this is
He's
something
like a cleaner version of Russell Brand.
He's not nearly as charming or as funny. He's still cool though. Russell Brand, though, he has my heart. So, anyways.
You make some strong choices, Grace.
I know.
Mary, would you
would go gay for Russell Brand?
I would. I mean, I already did. Sorry.
Mary, would you go and see Gary Oldman?
I don't know. I mean, he's great and everything, but when you're in LA, you have this access to so many things, and then you get lazy and do 0 of those things.
That's how I am in Chicago.
Do you know how many live show tapings I've went to? 0.
Such a hassle to go
Wait,
anywhere.
hang on. Didn't you go to the awards, like the MTV Movie Awards one year?
Oh yeah, I went to that because that was, but that's a bunch of celebrities at once. Yeah.
Oh, but you're talking about like sitcoms and stuff like that.
Yeah,
know someone
I went.
from
I went
Vegas
none.
who's a seat filler a lot.
Yeah, I was a seat filler for that, for the, what's it called, the People's Choice Awards, and then I also went to the Scream Awards once.
Oh, that's awesome.
In my whole life, I'm a seat filler. That's my only role.
You're a couch seat filler, Grayson. Couch
Yeah.
filler.
Oh, and I was
Still.
on Ellen DeGeneres. We went to Ellen DeGeneres once.
See, those
That
are
would be
those are pretty
awesome.
cool opportunities. I mean, I think anybody that's in the area, if you have the opportunity to go see Gary Oldman, he's one of the most talented actors I've ever seen, and he plays a wide selection of roles.
What show is he going to be on?
He was in. Well, he's going to be on RoboCop. That's his newest project, the RoboCop reboot. But of course, in addition to being Sirius Black, he was Commissioner Gordon in the
He's
Batman series.
everything.
Yeah, he's everything. Everything. He
He
played
was
a
the
Russian.
guy in The Professional. Yeah.
He played a Ukrainian terrorist in Air Force One, which
That's
was
He's
really
things
cool.
whimsical.
you don't even recognize.
Exactly.
That's like the beauty of Gary Oldman is he's in movies and you have to sit there for a half hour trying to listen to his voice, thinking, I think I remember that voice, and then realizing, oh, that's Gary Oldman.
Yeah, until you IMDb it or Wikipedia it, while you're sitting there
Out
watching
of frustration,
movies.
yes.
Right.
Well, can I ask a question? Has every website now become a verb and then with it at the end? Because it was Google it. Is it now Wikipedia it and IMDb it?
No,
Wiki-
it's just
Wiki
IMDb it.
Is it really IMDb it? Is that really a thing now?
No, it's
Yeah.
IMDb. Whenever we
No,
say
no, no,
IMDb,
I know. But I'm saying like all these websites have become verbs, but at first it was just Google. But are these so IMDb really is one that you say IMDb it?
IMDb is the Google of the entertainment world.
well, you can, whenever somebody's looking for a previous episode of our show, we just say Hogwarts Radio it.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Or
Exactly.
MuggleNet it.
Or MuggleNet it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, the internet's a weird place.
It
I don't like
is. It is. It's becoming this whole new thing now. Pretty
Oh really?
scary.
Yeah, it's a
Pretty
new thing.
scary place, but yeah.
Cutting edge.
Hey,
I think
speaking.
this is going to be big, you guys.
Hey, speaking of Harry Potter, because that's why we're here. Harry Potter, the best fandom on the planet, I think, in my opinion.
Woo woo.
Woo woo.
See?
Hey, in fact, a
that
poll
based on
is
any data or is that?
a poll is opened up on a website called Best Things on Earth to decide the best fandom on Earth. The Harry Potter universe is on the list, of course, and at this moment, it's the fandom that tops the list. There's not many votes, however, between the different fandoms. The closest.
How
What?
many votes total are
I
there?
don't know.
It's an
I-
accomplishment. Then.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. The closest competition is currently Game of Thrones in second place and Doctor Who in third place.
I vehemently disagree with this poll for the sheer fact that Star Wars is not even on it.
Well, you know what? They need to put it on there. Somebody needs to submit it or something like that.
It's ridiculous.
I mean,
Star Trek and Star Wars. Star Trek is on the poll, which very good. It should be. It deserves to be.
right.
But Star Wars isn't even on it, and they are also one of the few fandoms that paved the way.
Well,
But don't you think that I think Star Wars is more of a generalized fandom.
Well,
rather than- I think
they're-
Harry Potter is more. It's not as accessible to everybody. Like most people can enjoy Star Wars, but a lot of people don't watch Harry Potter because they don't find it interesting.
well,
Which really doesn't that make it less of the best fandom? I mean,
Well, no, because
'cause
I think more like my definition of a fandom is something that's really dedicated to something, and I feel like
Yeah.
Star Wars does have like really dedicated people, but I feel like it's more loose than other fandoms. Because like I'm a Star Wars fan.
See that? Believe me, it's a hard decision to have to fight for either Harry Potter or Star
You know-
Wars. So I'm kind of playing devil's advocate, but I still think Star Wars should be on the list. It's not even on the list.
yeah.
I mean, but like, I'm honestly, I'm not a big fan of the idea of fandom, and also I'm not a fan of pitting those fandoms against each other, trying to prove who's best. 'Cause
Agreed.
really, what does it matter?
Yeah, it's like
Who cares?
agreed. I mean, because all that does create, controversy and
Just be passionate
yeah,
about what
exactly.
you want to be passionate about.
exactly because
Right.
whenever Because whenever you go to Comic-Con anyway, I mean, everybody is like, oh, you're part of the Harry Potter fandom. No, you're all like one big fandom. You're all one
exactly.
big family.
You all like things
Exactly,
you like.
yeah.
I mean, why can't we just like what we like? I mean,
Right.
that's why I'm not big on the whole Twilight this, because like they like what they like, and that's fine. They can like whatever they want.
Right,
So it's
exactly.
like it shouldn't be this divisive thing, just like they're trying to do right now with everything is a war now. Just like with the new game consoles, it's like PS4 versus Xbox, which one is better? And everyone's like fighting to the death over this.
It's kind of like arguing who has the better book. You know, it's. I mean, honestly, if you love books, you love books. You're reading all the books that you can that interest you. I mean, you're not just gonna, well, some people down, books that they don't like, but I mean, it's part of the same family,
Yeah, I mean, again, yeah, it's all just a bunch of kind of they're not. I don't think you can call them even nerdy anymore because they're so popular. So it's not nerdy anymore because nerd means something completely different. But it's just things that people are passionate about, that they're interested in. It's just like having like a book club or something. It's something that you like and that you're passionate about. So I don't know why there has to be a war, because no one's ever going to win it. It's not like there's ever going to be Harry Potter is the definitive thing, and if you're a fan of anything else, you suck because
it's an opinion.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And it's about the people respecting that opinion. I mean, for God's sakes, sometimes if you go to Burger King and you order fries and you come out with hash browns and you're kind of like, you're confused, it's.
that's an insight.
That is a great parallel.
I know.
No, that's an inside thing because Terrence and I went to when he came to Burbank, we were hanging out and we went to in the morning. We went to Burger King and he asked for. Did you ask for fries or hash browns first? Which one?
I asked for what is that? I asked for fries. I think.
He asked for fries and they gave us hash browns. So we were like, okay, well, they got confused.
Oh, tater tots! It was tater tots.
Tater tots, yeah. They're confused, and they put some kind of potato thing in there for us, but it wasn't the right potato thing. So we went in with Southern accents, and Terrence is like, he's like, darling, I'm confused. I mean, I know that it's part of the same potato family, but I don't like it. It's just. This poor woman was so confused. But anyway, ended up we got our correct potato treat.
Yeah.
So it all worked out in the end. It has a happy ending.
It does have a happy ending. So next up, we have an issue of Wonderland magazine. So last month, it was reported on MuggleNet. We didn't report it on the show, but Emma Watson was guest editing Wonderland. And now it's, only a few days until the issue is available for sale. And she said being an editor wasn't totally easy. And I can imagine that being an editor of a magazine is pretty rough. But she also covers this magazine. There's several covers, in fact, and several beautiful covers of Emma. And I think the one that is going to be the most distributed is her in this white dress, and her hair really has gotten longer. Back to
was that the one I saw on Twitter where she has the fairy look or elf look or whatever, and then the other one her hair is up, and the one where her hair is down and she has that thing around her head is so pretty. The tiara around her head, yeah.
Oh
gosh, she's so gorgeous.
I love it. I want
her necklace.
I want her.
Well, Terrence, I saw you tweet today. She has a new boyfriend.
Yeah, she does. She does. In fact,
who's this rapscallion that we all have to?
I don't know. He's a rugby player. He is a rugby player. And he's smart as hell too.
That's sexy.
He is smart as hell.
They're built. They're hot.
It's kind of a weird sport.
This is probably like a Victor Crumb. However, I think this guy's smart.
I think
I don't think she would settle for anyone that she couldn't have a conversation with.
Right. She wouldn't settle for a Victor Crumb kind of guy. So
I think Victor Crumb was smarter than we gave him credit for.
Victor Crumb. Why are you against Victor Crumb?
Victor Crumb, oh my God, he was. It took Karkaroff to tell him, about the dragons and how to defeat them.
Did that on his own. Who said that he needed Karkaroff to hold his hand?
Because I don't think that he's necessarily the sharpest cheese in the fridge. I think that Victor Crumb was just. He's like, okay, the typical jock is, if you think,
I know what the typical jock is like.
They're not really smart. They're just good at doing what they do, and the coach is going to keep them in that sport or doing whatever they have to do. and they're going to do whatever they have to do to keep them in there.
But here's the question: Did Crumb actually seek Karkaroff's help, or was Karkaroff just looking at him as like his prized possession, the jewel of the school, trying to give him advice and impart wisdom?
Obviously, that's the case.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Crumb is just being polite and just listening to whatever garbage, but he still can think for himself. I think he was still pretty smart.
Okay.
He's not a genius. He's not a Mensa member, but he's a pretty smart guy.
I do have a friend that's a Mensa member.
Is there a wizarding Mensa?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
It's probably like Dumbledore's army of smart people.
Dumbledore's elite.
Probably what it's called.
Yeah.
Dumbledore's army of smart
they're like
for the greater good.
Ravenclaw.
It's called for the greater good. For the greater good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
for the greater good of smart people. That's what it's called.
But
it always ends in of smart people.
But the Wonderland, getting back to the story, the Wonderland issue is going to be available for release soon. Go ahead and check out the covers of Emma on MuggleNet.com. Now, this next news story is an update to a news story that we had told you about last episode. And we had reported that auditions for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter were coming. They have since passed, but did you miss out on the chance to audition for a job in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter? Well, the good news is, yeah, I know you did, Gina. The good news is, listen up, get your notebook because I'm about to school you. Okay.
Get your Neo-book, Mary.
Get your Neo-book, Mary.
I'm looking at my Neo-book right now.
The good news is that it's not too late to join the crew over there. Universal's currently hiring for full-time and part-time and seasonal positions in food services, insurance operations, merchandise, attractions, and more. All you have to do is go fill out an application over at the Universal Jobs website. Now, millions who have read the Harry Potter series would do just about anything to become part of the Wizarding World. And I think this is a great opportunity for people to be able to get in on that.
I have a suggestion for Universal Studios and how they can make the park even better than they already made it.
How's that?
They can have, how they're auditioning for the Caribbean accents and all that, because the guys who can do that.
Jump on.
I think they should have with food services and everything. Everybody in the park should be doing a Caribbean accent for everything. Free broomsticks, Hogshead, Madame Malkin's, the Quidditch store. Everybody is Caribbean accents everywhere.
This is the part where everybody laughs because he's kidding, you guys.
In my
I'm actually serious.
In college, we would call that strong but wrong. It's a strong choice, but it's a wrong choice.
But wrong is in the eye of the beholder, Gina, and I'm beholding a great opportunity here for one, diversity, although they would be the same in the park, but it's diversity in a very white area of the country. So I feel like they're missing a good opportunity there to bring some culture to Harry Potter and to Orlando.
So Emma Watson has this new project. It's called Noah. Really not new. I mean, it's been plagued by studio disputes and things like that. It's recently been pushed back to April, which is something that's really, really unfortunate. But in this article that we have over on the site, she talks getting into comedy. Now, Gina, can you see her getting into comedy?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't see her getting into
a lot of Emma's stuff in the early years of Potter was comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And she's done, what was that movie
This
she
Is
did
the
with
End.
Jonah Hill?
Yeah, this is the end. Yeah.
That was her cameo was comedy. And she's done some stuff on Jimmy Fallon. No, she's funny. She knows how to hit a joke and hit a punchline.
So
she's trained.
She does.
She's got it.
She does. And she says in this interview that Hermione was actually very funny. She was actually very aware of herself, and as a result, she was very comical. I missed that aspect as things got more serious and things got darker throughout the series. I really miss those kind of scenes between Hermione and Ron that we would really laugh at. And I did a play when I was at Brown. I did Chekhov, which is The Three Sisters, and it was a really dark comedy. I really enjoyed getting to make people laugh. So, yeah, it's definitely something I want to do. So, I can see her being kind of good at it. I don't know. Grayson, what do you think? Emma Watson, comedy? Yay, nay?
Oh, I think she's pretty versatile. I've always said that I think she's the most talented out of the trio of actors. So yeah, I definitely think she could, and I think she'd play comedy. I mean, The bling ring wasn't that funny, but I think she was the funniest part of it. Her character is very over the top and funny. But as far as comedic timing, I think she could do it pretty well. I don't see any reason that she wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
I mean, Chekhov is a little different than sitcoms or just a regular funny movie. But I mean, that's because it's Chekhov and he's a pretty big playwright. But I mean, like I said, I think she has the most range of any of the three actors from Harry Potter. So yeah, I definitely think she could.
Yeah.
I have to disagree with that every time.
What,
I mean, I can't.
Why though? I don't
that
understand.
That she has the biggest range because I mean, you got to look at all the stuff that Dan has done.
I agree. I would argue Dan is most versatile.
Dan is the most versatile.
I think that they're pretty much neck and neck. But I mean, he's done so much. He's done like musicals. He's done Broadway.
I think Dan's dance skills put him ahead of the other two. But the fact that he said after Goblet of Fire that he was not a good dancer because he had to do that dance sequence, and he was like, I was terrible. Thought I was going to be real good, but was terrible. And then he does a Broadway show where he has to be a song and dance man.
He was also like 14 at the time.
Nobody in the movie world, nobody's cared about dancing since Fred Astaire. So it's like nobody.
Hello, Kevin Bacon.
Oh my God. Okay, so you're saying Dan has the same potential as Kevin Bacon? That's not very.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there are actor dancers. No.
So, like, I mean, we can argue, who's the more versatile actor, who's done the widest range, but I mean, let's agree on something here that the trio, because it's who we're really talking about right now in this little discussion. The trio they're very diverse in their own. They've all taken on kind of different roles that they would have never stepped into, that we don't think they would have ever stepped into. And they're doing a very good job at what they've done so far. So it doesn't seem like anybody's really getting in over their head. And I'm excited to see Emma Watson and Noah because I think a period piece would be really, really great. And, I'm excited for that story in general. And I think Russell Crowe and, everybody else that's involved with that production is going to do a wonderful job with it. Again, that's been pushed until April in the UK. The Weasley sweaters are now available for purchase. Now, this past Thursday, MuggleNet reported that the wool for the Weasley sweaters would be made in New Lanark Mill, which is in southern Scotland, but no details had been released at the time when the sweaters would be ready to buy. But we've received confirmation by Lockhaven International that the sweaters are now on sale at the Warner Brothers Studio Tour London, the making of Harry Potter, with two designs, an H for Harry and an R for Ron. So this is great now that WB has really kind of hopped on this bandwagon because people have been doing this on Etsy for years. The only thing that I have against this is my name does not start with an H or an R. I would like my very own customizable Weasley sweater. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, they need to be able to customize them. Otherwise, I'll just ask my mom to make me one because she can. I mean, is this really going to be a hot seller if it's not personalized? What do you think, Mary?
I mean, honestly, even if it was personalized, I wouldn't get it. I mean, I'm not crazy for having a Weasley sweater. They never look particularly comfortable anyway. They look like they would be really itchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason I just don't pay attention to this is the fact that I'm allergic to wool. This has no bearing on my choices. If they were awesome and they made like non-wool versions of this, I would be all over it.
Yeah.
But the fact that they don't, because they often make their scarves and such out of wool, and I really like them. They're beautiful works of art, but they itch the crap out of me.
Right.
So I can't get them.
Grayson, would you buy a Weasley sweater if it wasn't personalized to, like if it didn't have Big G on it?
I wish it would say Big G instead of just an actual Big G. I think that'd be
That would be cool.
That would be awesome, yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it depends on the price. If it was like $80, no, I wouldn't. But if it was like a $40, $30, so yeah, I'd buy it. Sure, why
Out
not?
of any of us, he might be able to get a G.
Yeah, George.
Well, yeah, but I mean, right now, like I said, they only have H and R available. You know, hey, one of you guys should get
Let's
H.
get one. Let's get one and combine it. We can all wear it together.
Right. Oh, that's
No.
awesome.
My skin does not like that idea.
Okay, how about we like wrap you in bubble wrap, okay, and then we'll put a sweater on together.
Sure.
Okay, perfect.
And then immediately after, I will take 5 showers.
Well, that's your personal preference. But...
Is this something that we could see at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter theme park, even the expansion, as it gets to the colder months?
I don't think many people go to Orlando in the winter months looking for a wool sweater.
Yeah,
but I mean,
well, I think you're underestimating though how cold people in the South get, because when you look at Atlanta right now, it's got 2 inches of snow and the whole city shut down. It's Armageddon over there.
I know, it looks like Walking Dead.
That's just because they don't know how to drive in it.
Right, but I mean,
like, my parents were literally just in Orlando last weekend, and they're from Chicago, but like they were a little cold. Not like, I need to put on snow pants cold, but cold.
Chicago's pretty cold. Chicago's pretty freezing.
I know, we were in like negative 30 the other day.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm from Colorado. When I go to Orlando, I'm not cold. But when I lived down in Florida for a while and I hadn't lived in anywhere up here for a long time, it got pretty cold at certain points. It can get cold. It can definitely get cold. I used to, we wear a pretty big hoodie down there, and it's like, now I wouldn't because I'm not a wuss anymore. But it happens. I think there's a good section of the population that would buy it, and I feel like they're going to try to exploit every possible merchandise opportunity. So I don't see why they wouldn't.
I somewhat agree with that, but I think they're going to keep those sweaters to a certain area, so you have to get them from this area. Like there are certain things where they keep to a specific area of the park. They keep certain things to just Leavesden Studios. They keep certain things to just the exhibition. They keep certain things to certain areas, so you have to go to that area to get it. And if you don't get it, if you don't go there, you're not going to get your product.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
But I mean,
that's why like butterbeer, you can't just like buy a bottle of it.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, it has to be part of the overall experience.
Yeah.
At that particular place. So
yeah.
You keep like we had this argument also. You keep saying overall experience like as if they're trying to give something to the fans. It's just, I mean, they're trying so that they don't have to. That people have to come and get the butterbeer and they don't get it anywhere else. It's not like they're trying to create this magical thing. It's just they.
Well, they kind of are. Give them a little credit.
I'll give them a little bit, but I mean, it's not something that It's just, I mean, it's for profit. It's so that it's to maximize their profits overall. So I mean, it's not like it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was last week's debate.
It was. Go listen to episode 151 for more information on that. But let's move along here. Matthew Lewis and his brother are to open a drama school. He's confirmed via Twitter. Actually, I don't know where he confirmed it. I just made that up. Matt Lewis is sorry.
Wow, that's
it's usually Twitter. Sorry,
Walter Cronkite over here.
Walter Cronkite. Hi there, Grayson Smith. I'm Trisha Takanawa. Anyway, so Matt Lewis has confirmed that his brother Anthony, who's also an actor, is all set to open up a drama school in their hometown of Leeds. Total Lit North will follow the success of the Total Lit College based in London and will open in February. The school is going to be aimed at youngsters aged between the ages of 11 and 19, and it's going to be located at the Yorkshire College of Music and Drama. Matt,
and it's going to be called Neville Longbottom School for the Exceptionally Lame.
Oh, hey. No, we need to promote
Oh.
okay,
I'm just kidding. Neville is great.
Guys,
Neville.
that's it. I mean, this is exciting. Come on. It's,
cool.
He's doing something for the young people in the area, which is great. I mean,
that's an exceptional age to get involved in theater.
Really, it is. It is.
I think that's when I was in my first play. So that's a genius idea.
Absolutely.
And I'm really glad that he is using his influence and affluence to give back.
Yeah.
In this type of way.
Definitely. And
Definitely positive.
It's great that that he's doing this, and it's given the young people the area to to be a part of something, or have the chance to be a part of something.
And I think it's also good to always to have schools that are arts centered, because it gives kids more options. That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Tupac went to a school for the arts, so
he did. Not a lot of people don't know that.
I know, but he did.
All right, moving right along here. Could Kenneth Branagh appear in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them? Could he? Is it possible? Now, during an interview with MTV News promoting his new film, Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit, Kenneth was asked about the possibility of reprising his role as Gilderoy Lockhart in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, to which he replied, if they could use a really interesting techniques to make me look a little younger, like about 100 years younger, that would maybe be a good thing. It'd be fascinating to see how that works out. They have my number. That's what he says. I don't know if that'd be a part of the story. I honestly don't think that Gilderoy Lockhart is alive in that time. I mean,
if they make Fantastic Beasts into like 2 movies, because they said that the spin-offs were going to be like a series of some sort. If they made this into a series,
right,
in one of the later points, I think it would be really cool if they had a young Gilderoy. I don't know if they would use a CGI'd Kenneth Branagh. It'd be cool if they did.
Look, the only way, and this is coming from a comment in the article on MuggleNet, but the only way his character could be in the movies would be if the story started out with someone pulling Fantastic Beasts off a shelf, and then there was a copy of Magical Me next to it. Lockhart was definitely younger than the Marauders, so there's no way he could have been a contemporary of Scamander, and I think that's a very accurate comment. And I don't know how they would fit him in. So regardless if they CGI him or not, I don't care. But how would they fit him into the story then?
Yeah, I don't think they would.
I don't.
But
yeah,
it would still, because of his involvement with Beasts and going around the globe, it would be interesting to see a young version of him. I don't know if we'd be able to fit in, but
so that's going to be interesting to watch over the next couple of months. As they start the casting process, which I'm sure they're going to do over the course of this year. So we'll be able to see who's making the appearances in this new Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So let's move along to another news story. Bit of sad news to report on. Roger Lloyd Pack, who portrayed Barty Crouch in Goblet of Fire, dies at age 69. Mr. Pack died last week. We're just now, reporting it on the show, but we do have a very nice article up there about him, and very bit of sad news indeed.
Yeah, it is definitely sad. It's interesting though that now we consider 69 to be way too young. You know what I mean?
I was right about to say that's so young.
Yeah.
That
definitely is. That's not fun.
A lot of people paid their respects to him via Twitter, including Chris Rankin, Lee Ingleby, and and Will Dunn.
And Devin Murray.
Yeah, and Devin Murray as well. So he was known to millions as the slow-witted road sweeper Trigger on BBC's Only Fools and Horses. But, to Harry Potter fans around the world, he was one of us.
He was also in Doctor Who.
He was, yeah, definitely so. And he did pass away of pancreatic cancer, so I'm glad that wherever he is now, he is no longer suffering. Definitely reporting this with a heavy heart. So we do wish all of his family and friends the best in this time, and definitely our thoughts are with them.
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead and move on to our last news story here, and it's we're combining a couple of things into one. Pottermore finally released the final Goblet of Fire chapters, but the thing that we were most excited about, and this happened last weekend with the Celebration of Harry Potter event, was there was new information about Gilderoy Lockhart that was released. So the new information about Lockhart, you can go to MuggleNet, and we have a link to the Pottermore website where it's actually in the Pottermore Insider, the official blog, where the 3 new exclusive audio recordings of J.K. Rowling are ready for you to listen to. But Yeah, I never knew the information that they gave about his hair, and also they gave about that she gave about his name and his house as well. So very interesting information there. Again, go ahead and go check that out, and we do have a nice article about it up on MuggleNet. And I think with Pottermore, that's really it. We don't really discuss too much about Pottermore unless some really, really interesting is coming out. But that's about it for this week's news. So we're just going to read a quick email that we have from Alex Gromley, and he writes in, "Hi, I just came across this site and I had a few questions. First and foremost, is this a real radio station? If so, where can I find it? Second, if it's not, where can I start getting updates on it? It's like new episodes and whatnot." Well, we get this question a lot because there's a lot of people, especially that find us on Twitter and social media outlets, that really don't know how to get the show. And you can get the show in multiple ways. The quickest way to get the most updated episodes of Hogwarts Radio is to subscribe on iTunes. Every time we release an episode, it's released there. Secondly, you can go to hogwartsradio.com and click the episodes page. And actually, there's a little drop down. You can just hover your mouse over that. And it breaks down the episode, like we have 1 through 20, 20 through 40, all that. And all the episodes are up there. There's pretty much, like 1 or 2 that's really not available at this current time, but working on getting those up for you. But that's all of the ways that you can subscribe to the show. And, you can listen directly from the site. I mean, there's a bunch of ways to get your fill of Hogwarts Radio. So follow us on our social media outlets too, Twitter and Facebook, because whenever we post a new episode, well, it's there. It's there for you. All right, before we get out of here today, we have 2 more segments lined up for you. The first is a game, which a lot of people enjoyed last week. It's called This or That. What we do is we give 2 objects or 2 people or 2 whatever. It just has to deal with the wizarding world of Harry Potter. It has to be Harry Potter related. And then you just pick the one that you like and tell why you like it. So, Grayson, this one's for you.
Great.
We're going to go with frozen butterbeer or regular butterbeer from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter theme park.
That is a good question. And when I first had the butterbeer, I think I had the regular one first because I don't know. I guess for some reason there was like a purist Harry Potter fan of me who's like, I need to have the regular one. That's the one they had in the book. But then I realized that's stupid because it's not a real thing. So, so I had the regular one first, and it was good, but it's kind of root beer-esque. It's not really all that. It's just kind of like a frothier soda. But the frozen butterbeer is really good, and it's more of a treat. It's not like a frothy kind of drink. It's just a nice treat, and it's nice in Orlando when it's so hot and humid. So I'm gonna go with that. I prefer that definitely.
Okay, good choice.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious. What do you think, Tara? Because what do you guys think? Because I know that most people like the frozen better.
Well, I prefer the non-frozen one, but that's just me.
I like the non-frozen one too, but everyone else in the free world loves.
Loves the frozen one. I mean, it's like
I like the frozen one.
It's like an icy kind of, a butterbeer icy. And a lot of people
I'm gonna reevaluate this when I go back in July. So I'm gonna reevaluate and see which one I like better.
I'm so excited for you guys to come in July.
You guys are going to LeakyCon, right?
Yes, we're going.
Yes,
awesome.
we're not sure in the vicinity.
Yeah, we'll definitely be in Orlando. But yeah, so I'm looking forward. I've never had pumpkin juice, and there's other things I haven't tried that Wizarding World.
Pumpkin juice is really
I'm also
good.
interested in reevaluating.
It's good.
Yeah, so I've heard. But I'm also interested in reevaluating my non-frozen and frozen butterbeer dilemma. So Mary, here's my really well thought out question. Victor Crumb or Cedric Diggory?
I am going to say Victor Crumb because he can really move on a broom.
Oh.
And Cedric Diggory also is a Quidditch player. He's not a pro, but
He's not a pro.
but what's the benefit for you and the whole broom thing?
Because JFF didn't make a song about Cedric Diggory.
Gina, Molly Weasley or Professor McGonagall?
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Aren't they both kind of the same thing?
No.
One's more matronly. But
I'm going to go with Molly Weasley because I love a good home-cooked meal. So, the secret fatty in me is going to say Molly Weasley.
Okay, but to be fair, I think McGonagall can transfigure
Probably.
For you.
Well, no, you can't transfigure food. You cannot transfigure food.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's right.
Even if you could, it would be this like similar to like artificially produced food, like factory food here. It's just like it's not. It doesn't have that love put into it like Molly Weasley put into it.
Yeah.
So, or Victor Crumb, either one.
That was hard. I'm not confident with that choice. Terrence.
See.
Azkaban or the Chamber of Secrets with the basilisk in it?
Oh my God. I would have to say the Chamber of Secrets with the basilisk in it, because help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who ask for it.
Oh.
And I think I am a true Gryffindor. I think everybody's come to the general consensus that I don't belong in any other house other than Gryffindor.
I have consensus.
And
I think you're a Hufflepuff, but whatever.
I do too.
Okay. And I would totally pull the sword out of the hat.
What would a Hufflepuff have the hat? Would it be like a shrub?
Probably, yeah.
Or like a
dinner roll or something.
Yeah, like dinner, something like dinner related. I don't know.
They'd probably pull a hoe out, like one of those hoes that you hoe with.
What up, hoe?
No,
got my sword hat.
Not that. No, with the hoe that you like plow the ground with, because aren't they very earthy?
I do plow with the hose. That's right.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, maybe something like that, but I mean, that's not very useful. But I mean, well, I don't know, because I mean, what if help couldn't come to you though?
Well, I mean,
if you're down there,
I think
and you don't have the hat or the sword for some reason.
Okay.
I don't even know why he had it in the first place.
But I think I'm a good enough wizard to be able to hold my own against the basilisk. Really, I do.
What year are you in here, though? Are you a fully grown wizard, or are you like
no, that was never
year?
disclosed. That was never disclosed. So I'm going to assume that
I'll say fully grown wizard. I say fully grown.
Okay, yeah, then I can hold my own against the basilisk.
But a basilisk, though, is a pretty mythical, ancient, powerful creature. I don't know. I think you got lucky, like you did a lot of the time.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
If Harry can beat him, then I can beat him. Come on, Harry was in his second year.
Right, so, but Harry has a lot more powers, though.
I don't want to hear about that.
You have policy behind him. Ah, come on.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Anyway, that was a fun game. Always like playing it, and we'll definitely play that live at LeakyCon when we do our podcast there. But this week, our final segment is The Chosen One. Our chosen one for this month is Ryan from Ontario, Canada, from Toronto. He's a 15-year-old Gryffindor, has been a fan of The Boy Who Lived since he was 4 years old and watched the movies for the first time while bonding with his dad. Now, 11 years later, he's seen all of the movies multiple times and has read the series a total of 7 full times, 6 by physical page-turning books and once by ebook format. Ryan has been listening to Hogwarts Radio since June of 2013 when he heard about the show through MuggleNet. He loves the news, discussions, and games, and especially loves Avada Kedavra, Amortentia, and Imperio. Other than listening to the latest Hogwarts Radio episode, Ryan likes to play hockey, soccer, and football. Also a gamer with a passion for computers. Ryan, you are the chosen one this month.
Nice.
Hey, she's only interested in you because she thinks you're the chosen one.
But I am the chosen one.
Yes.
Woo! Go Ryan!
Yeah, I want to say for the record, that's also my favorite game.
Yeah,
I have a soft spot for that.
You know what? This or That is really becoming one of my favorites.
I like that one too, but I've always I always really like the Amortentia one. That's my favorite. So.
And if you want to become the chosen one, simply shoot us an email, staff@hogwartsradio.com, and we'll put your name into consideration. All right, guys, it is time to wrap up this week's episode of Hogwarts Radio. It's been another fun one. We want to thank everybody so much for joining us. Check out our social media outlets online. We have our Twitter, our Facebook, all that good stuff. You guys know how to find us. Find us all on MuggleNet. Find us on HogwartsRadio.com. Just Google Hogwarts Radio, and you'll be able to find all information about the show. If you want to download previous episodes of the show, make sure you visit HogwartsRadio.com. Hover over the little episodes menu drop down. You'll be able to see all the episodes there. and get your fill of Hogwarts Radio. Apologies to everybody, but we are out of time this week. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm Terrence Pinkston.
I'm just a Bill.
I make too many inappropriate jokes and they all have to be cut out.
And I'm Gina Marie.
And we will see you next week. Yes, that's right. For episode 153. Bye-bye. I did the finger pointing and everything. I pointed at the screen. I was like, we want you.
That was bloody brilliant.
Codswallop.